name is Richard Kirkham. I'm the Executive Director here at Buckinghamshire College Group, and one of my responsibilities is to lead on T-levels. Okay, so first of all, what are T-levels? Well, T-levels are made up of 80% in the classroom and 20% in the workplace. So they're different to traditional qualifications that are just inside the college. These are more linked or more aligned to what you may expect from an apprenticeship. So if I start off with what the 80% in the classroom is, they will obviously gain vocational and technical skills towards the T-level they are studying. They will have digital skills and maths and English as appropriate and to a level that is needed. And they will gain employer-ready skills. Those skills will be very much linked to what employers are saying is needed and what is expected of an individual when they join a workplace. For instance, things like attitudes and behaviours that you'd expect to see in the workplace. Now, T-levels have been designed by employers to hopefully meet your needs and actually are there to try and fill skills gaps. So the 20% that's linked in here, that's expected to be done in the workplace where we will need your support, is really key in ensuring that individuals are ready for the workplace. So when they come out to you, they will do a minimum of 315 hours or 45-day placement. So it's a significant placement where they will gain a real insight of what is expected in industry and what you would expect of an individual if they were to join your organisation. Okay, so what are we having in September? So September this year, we are starting our T-level offer. So we're doing the delivery for Buckinghamshire. And in September this year, we will be starting with digital design and development, education and childcare, health and science. These qualifications, we'll talk a little bit more in detail about those later on in the presentation, particularly from the curriculum specialists. But these are the first ones that are coming on stream for us to be able to offer. They are equivalent to 3 A-levels. So each T-level is equivalent to doing 3 A-levels. They're marked in a pass, merit, distinction or distinction star outcome. A distinction star would be equivalent to 3 A stars at A-level. Progression from these qualifications would be straight into industry or potentially onto higher education. These are the 3 routes we're offering in September. We have actually, when T-levels get expanded and new T-levels are coming on stream every single year, for instance, we're starting business, construction the following year, but they are being offered through 11 skills areas. First of all, agriculture, business and administration, catering and hospitality, construction, creative and design, digital and IT, education and childcare, engineering, hair and beauty, health and science, and legal, finance and accountancy. And we will, as they come on stream, be offering 10 of those 11 routes. So everything apart from agriculture, we will be offering at Buckinghamshire College Group. To get onto the T-level, the entry criteria is challenging as expected, for equivalent to trying to go on to an A-level programme. But if an individual does not have the entry criteria, as you can see there on the screen, they can study a T-level transition programme. Now, this is an intensive 1-year programme linked to the T-level, where we will give them the skills they need, particularly around digital, maths and English, and an introductory into the sector they want to study their T-level and a placement. So then they have a lot of the skills and equipped well to be able to progress on the following year into the T-level. The T-level is a 2-year programme made up, like I said, of the study in the college and that significant work placement that we really need your support with. The Bucks College Factor, this is what we work towards as a college. It's basically made up of ensuring that we have the right facilities and resources to be able to give an individual the experience and skills they need to be successful in the area they wish to study. It's also about ensuring that the delivery we do, the tutoring and the lessons that the students study when they're in the college is of a high standard and is very vocationally relevant to what they need to learn to be able to achieve their qualifications. And the final element of the Bucks College Factor is made up with yourselves working with employers directly to be able to give individuals real life, high valued industrial placements that would actually give them the rounded experience of knowledge they learn in the classroom and in an environment in the workplace where they're able to apply those skills and actually put them into practice in industry. I'm now going to pass over to the curriculum to talk a little bit more about some of the subjects we're offering.
Hello everybody, my name's Maria Wilkinson and I'm the Faculty Director for Health and Life Sciences. And the first set of programmes that we're going to talk to you about is education and childcare. Okay, so for our education and childcare programmes, the students choose a specialist pathway to study, and these are either early years or assisting teaching. And within those pathways, they develop additional skills in each of those areas. Students attend college for 3 days a week, and they'll also be in placement for 2 days, which is why it's so important for us to get our employers involved. The early years pathway will complete at least 750 hours of placement across the 2-year level 3 programme, while the assisting teaching placement is a requirement of a minimum of 315 hours of work placement. For both pathways, assessment is undertaken through workplace observations. They have an employer-based project to do, and there's also an endpoint open book examination. Our partnerships with employers is really strong already and supportive, but we would also like to develop this even further and to broaden our placement offer wider. The next set of courses that I'm going to speak to you about is health and science. Health and science fall into 2 pathways. So the students will specialise in either laboratory science or supporting healthcare. And our new fully equipped laboratory and teaching areas will allow students to study and use resources that meet industry expectations and standards. The science T-level requires between 45 and 60 days of placement, and assessment for the science T-level, the laboratory science T-level, is undertaken through workplace observations, an employer-based project, and an endpoint open book exam. The health T-level will have a clinical placement, which is linked to our current and nurse cadet programme, which will be continuing into the T-level provision. Currently, the students that we have on the nurse cadet programme are in wards in Amersham, Wickham and Stoke Mandeville hospitals, working as healthcare assistants alongside the clinical teams at the hospitals. To provide our students with valuable, relevant work placements, we're looking to expand our placement within this area, particularly within science and also within the community health sector.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janice Inchirpy, and I'm the curriculum manager for the business and computing courses here at the Aylesbury campus. I'm going to talk to you now a little bit more about what's involved in the digital design and development T-level that we're going to be offering in September. So a little bit of information then about where we're going to be having it, because it's very much this year, because it's new for us, we've got a dedicated area which is industry style environment rather than your traditional classroom, to give the students a great opportunity to be able to develop their skills ready for industry and understand the environment they're going to be working in. As part of their T-level, as Rich has already said, there is a number of components to it. And for the technical qualification, this is where the students will be developing their knowledge and understanding of the different aspects of digital and how to apply that. And the areas that they would be looking at as part of their course are related to programming and how the issues that are affecting the digital sector currently and the legislation and regulatory requirements are all part of their programme. In addition to those core units, there are also some specialist units that they will be studying that are specific to software design. And each of these units that they will be studying are assessed in the same way as Maria had explained. They're externally marked exams for some of the units, and they are set by the awarding body, which in this case is Pearson. And also we have some internally set assignments that the students will be completing. So in addition to that, the key competencies of digital, English and maths. So the students would be looking at developing skills related to conveying technical information to, a wide audience. They would be developing their math skills to analyse and process data through their digital and English components. And in addition to their technical qualification, they have their set project, which we would be working with an employer on, so it becomes a live brief to make it so much more relevant to our students, for them to have a great experience of understanding what it's like to work on a real problem for an organisation. And that project is actually is actually marked externally by Pearson to a very high standard. And in the digital T-level, there is a work placement, again, a minimum of 315 hours. And what we're looking for that is for students to be able to use their knowledge and their skills that they have learnt about and developed that's related to the software design and development. And we're hoping that there are employment opportunities on those placements for students to be able to enter at an entry level in the digital sector. So I'll pass you over now to Amanda.
Thank you, Janice. Hi, welcome everyone. My name's Amanda Gilbert and I lead the team who are going to be responsible for liaising with yourselves and hopefully persuading you to take our students on for their industry placement. We do work with a lot of you already, so we're hoping to continue that relationship. So why get involved? Well, as you can see on the slide, we're going to have highly skilled, work-ready, and I emphasize that, work-ready students who will be able to go into your business, and we are hoping to work with you directly, almost to create a sort of bespoke set of competencies and being guided by you. So when the student comes away to join you for their placement, they will be able to slot in to your organisation. So the benefits for you in taking one of our students on for industry placement is to help nurture and develop talent for the future, increase the sort of capacity of your business, and hopefully, obviously, that leads to increased profits. Create extra resources for a specific project. So if you have something that you've always wanted to do but never been able to get around to doing it, then hopefully with a little bit of support our students would be able to take on that task. Last but not least, bring in people with imaginative new ideas and different skills. Teenagers and young adults have an absolute wealth of creativity and knowledge and real sort of an insight, will provide you an insight into what actually is happening in the 21st century. So just to give a little bit of background, this team was formed a few years back now. We were funded by the government to actually create capacity within BUCS and beyond. And so far, we've built up some superb relationships with organisations within BUCS, as well as London, Oxford, there are 5 industry placement officers, and they will be allocated to specific curriculum areas to support those areas. So if you are offering a digital placement, you will be working with Jenny, who you will see next, and that, as I say, as these T-levels are rolled out, each one of the curriculum areas will have their own supporting member of my team, an industry placement officer. And the start of the journey for the student is that the officers will help identify a company that the student would like to join. So we give the student a sheet of paper, they go away and research and hopefully come back with 3 or 4 organisations that they feel are going to best fit their aspirations for the future. And that's the journey started. I'm going to hand you over to Jenny and she will continue the story for our students. Thank you very much.
My name is Jenny Wellapuli, and I'm an industry placement officer at the college. As Amanda alluded to, we will work with you and the student to make sure that you have a snug fit. We want you to make sure that the student will work well in your business and work well with your teams. And we'll do this by CVs from the students and encourage you to have an interview process or go through an interview process with a number of students so that you can select the appropriate one. Prior to them coming out to your business, we will work with the students to develop their employability skills. Soft skills such as listening, team working, communication skills, organisation and planning skills, timekeeping, and making sure that they know the etiquette of working in a professional organisation. Moving on from that, we will then work with the curriculum tutors and the students and yourselves to develop some specific targets for the students. And that might be along the lines of professionalism, leadership, confidence, numeracy, literary skills, and so forth. And we'll be able to monitor how they're doing against those targets as they move through their placement. To do this, we use an online portal called GrowFar. We try to minimize the paperwork for yourselves, and you will be invited to join GrowFar, this online portal. And here we ask the students to record the hours that they are with your organisation, and then we ask you to verify those hours as well, so that we can keep a good idea on when the student is with you. It's also an opportunity for us to put on GrowFar how they're doing in their placement, how they're doing against their targets, and we can review their progression using GrowFar. So hopefully no paperwork for you. And then we will provide ongoing support as they're with you in the placement. The industry placement officers will be in touch with you on a regular basis to monitor how the progress is going. And we will also be talking with the students and making sure that they are happy and they are getting the most out of their placement. So that's what the work zone team does, and the industry placement officers do, and you will get to know us very well. So if I may now hand over to Pamela.
Okay, thank you, Jenny. So before I check if we've got any questions, I just want to outline the next steps and how you can get involved. If you would like to provide an industry placement to one of our students, please visit buckscollegegroup.ac.uk/industry-placements, and we've got an online form there that you can complete. Or alternatively, you can call our work zone team directly. And their telephone number is 01494 585 560, or Alternatively, again, you can just email the WorkZone team using the email address placements@buckscollegegroup.ac.uk.